And now I'm going to show Pokemon Go. Um, if you saw my Pokemon Home video, you would know that I have certain rules I follow when I play the game. Like, I don't do microtransactions. The game is kind of pay to win or pay to get a lot of stuff if you want to. But I don't do that in games. So for me, the only things I'll spend on for Go are like actual events like Go Fest, where you like go out and play and get this like big experience from it. Uh, so I'll do Go Fest and the region tours and wild area and some community days, but those would be the only tickets I would actually pay for. Um, I wish this game was just a game that you bought and you had it, or even just a subscription. You pay the subscription each month and you can just play the whole game and nothing with buying items or anything like that. But that's just not how the game is. So I'm kind of limited in what I can accomplish in the game compared to, the whales and people that just play or pay a lot and pay for anything in the game. So, because I don't buy items, I don't buy random like not actual event like tickets where it's just like something in the game just so you can get more things. Like I don't buy any of that. Um so I'm gonna show my level. This is just the level I'm working on right now. So I'm level 72. I have enough XP for the next few levels, but I'm working on the tasks there. Let's see. What do I want to show? Well, definitely this stuff. Distance walked. Well, first of all, let's start with this. I started this game within the first week, so July 9th, 2016. Didn't play a lot. Played a little bit. Thought it was kind of neat, but also, I don't know, it didn't have a lot of depth at the time. It was only Gen 1. It's very basic. The battle system didn't seem very good. And obviously it was microtransactions, so I was just kind of turned off by that. Tried again briefly in 2018 for a couple days. Didn't do anything with that. I knew I eventually wanted to get some like Meltans and Melmetals for like Let's Go and just decks in general. And that was all I was really going to do. But I decided to give the game another proper try in 2020 when my sister was playing. It was community day for Weedle, but I didn't play that event. But I updated the game and stuff later that day, and that's when I started. The first events I was playing was like Bug Out event and like Ghastly Community Day, which was good timing because Ghastly is one of my favorites. But anyways, that's when I like got back into it. So really, I really my true start was kind of in 2020 summer. Like I said, I play free other than specific events, like real life events. So yeah, I've caught a lot of Pokemon. I don't have any auto catchers. Not that I'm totally against that, because I think it would be nice to just walk around and bike around without having to have my phone out. So I might do that in the future, but right now, all of this 67,062 were all caught and hatched by me. I don't let other people play for me. Unless I'm driving, I'll let them spin stops. That's it. That's the extent of it. I always play. I do my own battles. I always do my own catches. That's it. Do my own walking, obviously. So there we go. I've never gotten the 50-kilometer egg reward for a week, so that is something I want to do at least once. And I gotta remember to do that because I kind of always forget about it. So I think this spring or summer I should go for that. Not gonna do it in the winter because that's just not practical for me and from where I live. Okay, so we have medals. I'll just go through them. Go Fest in 2020, like I said, that's when I kind of started again. Was in June, I think, so it's just a month before. Go Tour Kanto, that was awesome. The best Go Tour. Go Fest 2021. Go Fest 2022. And these are all just the global versions. I don't travel to play this game. That would be too much for me. Um, let's see. Go Tour Johto, that was also very good. Just some random events. Go Tour Hoenn, that was awesome. Go Fest 2023. Go Tour Sinnoh. Go Fest 2024. Wild Area 2024, that was the first one. Unova Go Tour. Go Fest 2025. And then Wild Area 2025. And then the Kalos Tour, which just happened a few days ago. Here's my Elite Collector. These are all the collection challenges I've done. I do them when I can. Some of them I just can't feasibly do, and I don't usually go too far out of my way to do time challenges in this game because it gets too much. But I can do a lot of them fairly easily, so as you can see, I've done quite a few. Huh. Yep. So, Legacy 47, that was my original level before the level update. Kanto, Platinum. Collector, 67,062. Evolution, 3,018. Pikachu's Caught, 1,865. Johto Dex complete. Defend Gyms, 42,760 hours. Hoenn Dex complete. 4,940 field research tasks completed. Best friends with 95 trainers. 5,455 trades. 782 surprise encounter snapshots. Purified 1,064 Pokemon. Got that kind of recently. 469 7-day... How's this work? Spin streaks. Interesting. That's a lot, actually. Defeated 317 different species of Pokemon in raids. 5,416 Pokemon caught with lure modules for trainers. Raid battle trainer achievements, 799. 520 XXL Pokemon caught. Got that recently. 349 party challenges, thanks to my partner. She's very, very helpful for that. Explore, let's see. So only 3,193 kilometers. That one, long way to go for Platinum. I'm not the best at that. Eggs, 1,399. Still far away from that, but with the daily egg, that daily egg definitely helps. So it's moving along quicker. But with the fact that the way incubators work, and I don't spend money on items, like, it takes a long time. Let's see, 17,907 Pokestops spun. That one just takes a long time. But I do have stops nearby, so I can get progress pretty quickly if I want. 1,325 unique Pokestops. This one's hard. I would have to travel a little more to really be able to knock that out. Gym battles, I'm coming up on this one, kind of. 3,184. Feeding Pokemon berries at gyms. I just usually don't think to do this. It's just something I gotta probably think about more. 5,204. Kilometers for trades, 1,413,985 of 10 million, so long ways to go on that. I try to, if I have anything from far away, I try to save it to trade, but yeah, that just will take a long time. Sinnoh, 104 of 107. I have everything you can in the game. Manaphy, Fione, and Arceus aren't in the game yet, so that's that one. Great League battles, 200 of 1,001. 155 of 156 Unova decks. I'm just missing Volcarona, I think, just because I need more candy. 1,803 Team Go Rocket members defeated of 2,000. So that one is a grind, but I've just worked on it over time. I try to battle extra ones when there are events where they're spawning more, but that takes time. Go Rocket Boss. I've defeated them every time, I think, that you can. So 26 of 50. That's just really time gated on that one. 70 of 72 Kalos. I think those are mythicals or something. Yeah, not sure. We'll see when we get to the decks. 74 of 86 Alola. 55 of 89 Galar. I think I have a lot of them, or almost all of them, other than I need to evolve a bunch of them. I mean, of the ones that are available. There are definitely some that aren't. Raids with a friend, 1,212 of 2,000. Thanks to my partner for that one. 6 of 7 Hisui. Who am I missing then? Maybe an unreleased Pokemon or an evolution? I'm not sure. XXS Pokemon. 316 of 500. I always catch them when I see them, but I guess it just takes a lot of time. Big Fish Magikarp, 136 of 1,000. That one, I don't know if I'll ever get that one. That one's just too much. That's crazy. I catch Magikarp whenever I can. Whenever I see it, I catch it. So if they do another Magikarp Community Day, I guess I could go hard on that maybe. But yeah, this is one of the challenges where I just think it's stupid. It's stupid. Training, 155 of 2,000. That's just boring grind as well. 86 of 1,000 Tiny Rattata. Same thing as the Magikarp. 23 of 28 Unknown. I've caught all the ones I can so far where I live and stuff, so I'm not sure how many have been released or if they all have been, but I'm getting close on that. It all depends on what they make available. Raids, 538 of 2,000. I think these are non-legendary raids, so I don't do as many of those. Maybe I should do more of them, because I forget that the metal is separated. Because you'll see, legendary raids, 751 of 2,000. So, and again, this is one that's, like, for me, I don't know if I'll ever get this, because I don't pay for raid passes or anything like that. So, it's going to be hard to do that. Like, if I can do 1 or 2 a day, and then some extras during events, that's what I can do. I usually don't do 1 or 2 a day, because I usually don't leave my house every day. So, let alone play Pokemon Go, even if I do leave my house. So, yeah, that's something I could either focus on more or just won't get it. Ultra Battle, 63 of 1,000. I'm just not that interested in PvP in this game because of the advantage people that pay more and play more have over you, because they'll have better Pokemon. So not only do they know the game better, but they have this, like, advantage in the battle from the get-go. And with the RNG and the random spawns, it's just not great. 15 of 200 best buddies. This I don't really work on much, but when they have the increased buddy, like, hearts, like, I definitely did that a few weeks ago. I was really upping my buddies as much as I could, so this one I could do in time, but it's also grindy. Mega Evolve, I just don't think of this a lot. 385 of 1,000. I could definitely work on this way more. That's something I can do. 28 of 46, but there's going to be more. I don't think they updated this with the new ones. Did they? Maybe they did. I had almost all of them before. Maybe they did. I'll keep getting them though. Complete routes 600 times. 144 is not bad. I do these when I get the opportunity. I'm trying to max out, like, get the max rank for one of them. There's 2. There's one by my house, and then there's one at a mall that I am working on every time I decide to, I guess. Let's see. Register. Okay, this is Paldea. I've gotten most of the ones I can. I think a lot of these are evolutions where I need more candy. Pokestop showcases. I try for these. 32 of 100. Okay. Wayfair agreements, I don't exactly know how this works. I think this is where you make Pokestops or you like help to pick Pokestops. I don't know, I've done a few. I feel like these might be stops or routes that I created. I'll have to look into that more, but it seems like a lot. I don't know if they increase this or what. Those are my medals. I mean, pretty good. Let's take a look at the Pokemon caught. 13,246 normal, 3,560 fighting, 7,778 flying, 6,429 poison, 4,530 ground, 4,302 rock, 5,706 bug, 3,688 ghost, 2,957 steel, 4,853 fire, 10,093 water, 8,040 grass, 6,237 electric, 5,866 psychic, 3,242 ice, 2,788 dragon, 4,158 dark, 3,620 fairy. So I have the platinums on all of those. Okay, so now we're going to look at my Pokedex. Kanto is complete. Johto is complete. Hoenn is complete. Sinnoh, missing 3, which I believe are all, like I mentioned earlier, Arceus and Manaphy and Fione. Unova, missing 1, which is Volcarona. So I need to hatch more Larvesta, or I need to walk Larvesta a lot to get candies. Kalos, I'm missing 2. Just had the Kalos tour. I'm going to guess these are... What are these? 680 and 681. Let me see. I actually don't know. Oh. Did they not make these available? Wow. Aegislash. Oh, wait. I'm being silly. It's the evolutions of Honedge. I just need more candy, probably. So I can complete this dex. It is completable, because I do have... They did give out these mythicals at some point or another. Diancie, Hoopa, Volcanion. Alola, missing 12. Let's see. Don't know what they are. Comfy, I think that's a regional. I think a lot of unreleased Pokemon. Poipole, Evolution, Zeraora, I think is 807. Not sure. Galar, 34. A lot of unreleased. Probably some evolutions that I need to do. Yeah. Kind of a mixture of that. Hisui. 902. Let's see what that is, because I'm really curious what I'm missing here. Basque Legion. Maybe I can evolve the white one into that? I'm not sure how. Maybe it's not in the game yet. I feel like it's not in the game yet. Paldea. Let's see. 65. Missing. Some of them definitely aren't in the game. Some of them are evolutions. It's a mixture. But Gen 9 is still kind of recent. They were still catching up on other regions like Alola and Galar. Meltan and Melmetal. Let's take a look at Shiny Dex. I get what I can. I play when I want. And I'm not going to get everything. But I have a lot of shinies, nevertheless. They're fun. My partner and I like to have a contest to see who can get the most shinies when we do like events like Community Day or Go Fest or things like that. And it's fun. I'm just going to show you what I've got here. Yeah, my goals for this game aren't super clearly defined, and they have changed at various points in time. You know, originally I was just going to do Meltan and Melmetal to get it on Let's Go and home and stuff like that. But then I saw how much depth the game had and how much they added to it and how much attention is given to it. Even though there's aspects I don't like about it, it is fun and it's a unique experience and it's connected to the main Pokemon series. You can bring your Pokemon over and, you know, that's fun. So, I'm going to keep playing it. Okay. Lucky Pokemon? Oh, let me see if I can start from the top. So these you got to get from trades. You have a small chance of it being lucky just from any trade. And then also if you become lucky friends with a friend, your next trade is guaranteed to be lucky. And then there's also, if you have really old Pokemon, like let's say from 2017, 2016, 18, probably even 19, I think at this point, you get a certain amount of limited number of those Pokemon will be guaranteed to be lucky when you trade them. If the other person hasn't already used like their, whatever the number is, limited number of trades. So yeah, I have a lot of these I trade with my partner. These are almost all, 99% of them are from trades with my partner. Some of them, a few of them are from like friends. So, Sigilif, that's a good one. That's a regional. My partner's better at hatching eggs. She always has incubators saved up, and whenever we play events where there's special things in eggs, she gets more of the good stuff. And trades to me sometimes if I can't hatch anything good. Yeah, game's not as fun when it's really cold out and wintry, just because I'm not trying to... You can't go out and play when it's that cold, like outside, because you have to wear a lot of gear. That makes it so you can't touch your screen. So, yeah. XXL, I'll show it, but I don't really care about this dex because it's just so random and like you have such little control. The only thing you can do is play more to try to get more XXLs, but it's like you're not gonna get them all, you know? And if you try to get them all, that's gonna be just way too much. Of trying to control something that you have little control over. So it just doesn't interest me. But I'll show you what I've gotten so far. It's kind of, in this game, you just kind of get what you can, and sometimes you can't get things and you just don't stress about it if you want to enjoy it, you know? Okay. And then the small ones. Yeah, definitely less of these. Definitely less of these. But I always catch them when I can. Now that I think of it, I usually don't evolve them, I usually trade them away. I should be involving them if I want to work on this dex at all. So I could have had a lot more progress on this. Ooh, Palkia. That's fun. That's alright, though. don't really care about this dex. It's just kind of like a bonus for funds kind of thing. Okay. We got G-Max. It's a Gigantamax Pokemon. I'm missing a few that have come out. Pikachu I don't think has come out yet, but it's coming soon. Two of the starters, Charizard and Venusaur, I wasn't really playing at that time much. Don't know what 133 is. There are unreleased ones. Mega, I was doing really well getting almost all of them. Well, okay, so I haven't evolved almost all of them, but I have the candy for almost all of them up until the new ones that came out for Legends EA. So a lot of these, even though it shows I haven't got them, I have the candy. I can do it. I just haven't. You kind of want to pick the right one because you have limited of that candy unless the raids come back around, so. Doesn't look like they added the new ones, other than the ones that they did add, but they didn't add all of them to the decks of the new stuff. Shadow, these are ones you catch from fighting Team Rocket, and not all of them are available. They make them available over time. They add new ones in. There were times where they didn't add any for a long time, but as you can see, there's quite a few in here. Does it skip? It does, okay. So you can kind of get a sense of how many I've gotten out of how many are actually available. Certainly not the whole decks or even close to it, but as you can see, I've gotten the majority of a lot of them. Especially if you consider I can evolve some of these still. Purified, it's going to be the same deal. These are just shadow Pokemon that you purify. So those are hard to remember and like try to go for. Again, you don't have a lot of control over what you get, and I think they rotate some of them out, so you might not have the opportunity for years or months or whatever. And those are the things I don't like about the game, is that you're just limited by time and what they want to do with the game, with events and things. Alright, these are Pokemon with perfect stats that I've caught or evolved into. These are cool. It's always exciting to get a 4-star. Perfect Pokemon. The fact that I have Farfetch'd is actually crazy, because that's a regional that I normally can't get. Let's see if there's anything else that stands out. I think Crobat was my first one. It was from a purified Crobat. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I have an Ursaluna. It was, it's a shiny, actually. It was my first shiny 4-star. It was a Teddy Ursa that I evolved on the community day. That was a fun one. I remember that. Four-star Heatran was my first 4-star legendary. Sock, that was a really good one because that's a regional I normally can't get. Got that at a Go Fest. I was definitely excited for that. Vivillon, I mean, that's cool to get. Got one of those. Sylveon. Yeah, Eevee into Sylveon was really good. Some of these, you know, I can evolve, but I've kept them at the base form for whatever reason. Necrozma, got that from a lucky trade from a friend. That was insane, because he also got his favorite Pokemon from a different lucky trade I did with him, the one previously, for Dratini, shiny Dratini. And I got his shiny Necrozma. Those are two different trades in a row where one of us got a lucky, perfect shiny. There's the Ursaluna I was talking about. Voice is getting tired. I've been doing these videos all day, talking and talking. Annihilate's cool. It's one of my favorites. So there's the decks. Alright, my game crashed, but I'm back. Here are my my records for battling. 302 wins, 428 battles, 17 longest streak. This stuff we already saw. So don't play a lot because it's kind of pay to win. Here's my team in the Great Battle League that I've had set up for a long time. Bastiodon, Azumarill, Talonflame. It's a pretty good team. I can win a lot for the first few ranks, but I never go beyond that, so I don't know how. It probably wouldn't hold up. There's certain Pokemon I just get walled. So I just... yeah. Ultra League, we got Steelix, Talonflame, Roserade. Pretty strong team as well. I think I've had really good success with them, but again, I never go too far. Master League is the super pay-to-win one. Because if you want to power up your legendaries high, you need lots of candies, so you basically got to do more raids or, you know, buy items. So that that one's the worst. You can still win battles, but you're at this disadvantage, you know, with what you can do. So yeah, these are just some random teams for random raids that I have. Okay, here's my collection. Not shinies, not shadow, not purified, and not costumed. So I'll just scroll through them. There's a lot. There's a lot of Pokemon. And I'm not going to go into them because I'm not trying to reveal my location. So I'm not going to go into details about them. Just show you what I've got. Some of these are really special. Some of them are just random ones that need to be transferred. It's a big mixture. It's hard to keep up with keeping it organized. And it's also, you know, you get ones where you're like, it's kind of special. You don't want to transfer it. So now you have like doubles. You know, and it just becomes a thing where you're not sure what to do with it. Like legendaries, I don't transfer legendaries, so, you know, over the years you just build them up. Farfetch'd, boom. Those are these normal Farfetch'd. Normally can't get those. For me, for my region. Hopefully I didn't pass the other ones. Try not to. So Kangaskhan, same thing, except when they added Mega Kangaskhan, you have more opportunity. Mr. Mime, that's a regional I normally can't get. Got 3 of those. Tauros, that's my region. I can catch them. I got these Tauros, which are cool because they're regional. You can get one of them in your region, and then the other 2 you have to do raids, remote raids to get. Gigantamax. I got some Dittos, lots of Eevees that I gotta evolve for Dynamax versions of different Pokemon. Legendaries. That's the only legendary Galar bird I got. From, you have to use daily incense. And it's rare, and then they usually flee anyways. I think I Master Balled that one. Oh, and you might notice I keep the unevolved Pokemon as well. I try to have a living form dex as well in this game. There's Mew. Get that from a special quest. A lot of lucky Togetic and Togepi's. I always keep luckies as well, so I do have some extras. I might have transferred 1 or 2, but yeah, I don't normally do that. Alright, unknown. Let's see what we got. A, B. No C. Oh, wow. Why not C? That's funny. D, E, F, G. Only one F. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. No Q. R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. No Z or Z. Let's keep going. Dunsparce, I'm collecting extra of those to try to get the 3-segment to Dunsparce. So I have a lot of evolving to do on those. Heracross is one that's a regional I normally can't get, but it's a little more available because of the Mega. Wasn't before, though. Corsola, that's a regional, so I kept extras. Normally can't get that. The Galar one you can, or is it Paldean? The Ghost one you can from eggs, but not the normal Johto one. Legendaries, dogs, legendary birds, Celebi. They had available a few times, so that's why I have more than one. That's cool. We're into Hoenn now. I think Volbeat and Illumise, you can't always get. I think Volbeat's the one that's rare for me. Like it shows up sometimes, but normally it's not available unless there's like a specific thing going on. I don't remember exactly. Torkoal's a regional I normally can't get, so I stocked up on those during a Go Fest. Spinda, there's different forms, so look closely. There's like 9 different patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I'm not okay, so I'm like over halfway. Have to focus on those. You can get them from certain research, and they rotate. Like one season, you'll be able to get maybe 1 or 2 patterns. Zangoose, I think, is one I normally can't get, but sometimes it swaps. Normally I can get the Seviper. Same thing with Lunatone and Solrock, but they swap frequently enough, I think. Because I don't remember how they exactly work. Cast form, got the farms. Those dang Kecleon. There's a quest for that. It took me years. Because they weren't spawning for years. Tropius, that's a regional I normally can't get, so I got some extras of that. Relicanth, that's a regional I normally can't get. Have to hatch for that. It's a tough one. We were not lucky with those eggs, and we did not have a lot of incubators. That was kind of a disappointment at the end of that day. But it was fun. Got some legendaries. Got the Dynamax, Latios, and Latias. Those were tough. Those were tough to beat. Kyogre, Groudon. Tried really hard to get shinies of those because I like those and just have not gotten them. Rayquaza, very cool, one of my favorites. Jirachi Mythical from the quest. Deoxys, again, tried a lot for shinies and just not lucky with that. We're in Sinnoh now. Or Hisui. Got Got the different forms, Burmese and things. Pachyrisu's a regional, normally can't get, stocked up on it during Sinnoh Tour. Shellos, one of the colors I can normally get and the other one I can't, so I think blue is the rare one for me. I keep those. Mime Jr. I think is Europe only normally, so I normally can't get that, but hatched a bunch of those. Got some from trades. Chatot, another regional. Only got a couple of those. Carnivine, that's a regional. Stocked up on that during the tour. Now that there's remote trades, it's nice that I have these extras of rare Pokemon. If people need them, it'll help out. Rotom is usually kind of limited. Still need other forms. I think I missed a few of those. Mesprit's been hard to get more than a couple of. Let's see. I can get a Zelf normally. Mesprit's Europe, Uxie's Asia, so those are rare, but I have some. Both forms of Dialga. Not a lot of normal Dialga. That's interesting. Palkia, both forms. Heatrans. Yeah, over time, if you play for years and you just do legendary raids when you can here and there and during events, like you'll build it up like this. That's all I've done. I never bought raid passes or anything like that. Some events, even free ones, they'll let like certain days they'll give you like 5 raid passes so you can do extra more than normal. Shaymin, the mythical, got a few of those from quests. Victini, same. Now we're into Unova. Pansage, that's a regional I normally can't get. Same thing for Panseer, so I stocked up during the Unova tour. Got this Roggenrola the other day at Dynamax. It's actually a perfect... Or no, the one I got is Shiny Dynamax. So it's not right here, but yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. Oh, Sock, that's a regional. Stocked up a bit on those. Normally can't get that. Different forms of Basculin. Normally can't get all of them. There's one that's rare. Maractus, that's a regional I normally can't get. Stocked up on that. Both forms of Yamask. Some fossils. Gigantamax Garbodor. Both Zorwas. Solosis. Random Pokemon, all the Deerlings and Sawsbuck. Frillish, I think one of them I normally can't get. Might be the blue one. Have extras of that. Buffalant, only one. That's a regional. Had to hatch just the one. Might have got it from a trade even, because I think we were unlucky that day too. Normally can't get it. Heatmore, that's a regional that I normally can't get. Got it from GoFest, I think, and Unova Tour. Normally I can get Durant, so that's my regional. Larvesta, that's the one I need to evolve. Maybe one of these lucky ones I can do. Gotta check the candy on that. Some legendaries. The Swords of Justice. The Genies. Ashram, Zekrom, Genie, Kyurem. There's the 2 forms, the fusions. Keldeo, Meloetta from Quests. Here's all the Genesect when I'm trying to get the shiny. Very unlucky with that. Because like I said, if I can only do 1 or 2 in a day, it's not easy. It's not easy. You're going to see a lot of scatterbug. I always try to pin my postcards, get the scatterbug candy, because getting the full set's going to be hard. And that's probably the only one where I'll make an exception, where for my Go collection on home, I try to evolve it and then move it over. But I think for these I won't, because it's just going to be so much harder. It would take so long to get the candy. And what's the point when I could just transfer it to Paldea and evolve it there, you know? So here's the Vivillon I've gotten so far. These are pretty cool. Yeah. Flabebe, red and blue are the regionals that I normally can't get. So yellow is my region, and then white and orange are general. Anybody can get those. So I do have, you know, one of each. Got those during events. Skiddo seemed kind of rare, but then it kind of didn't seem rare, so I don't know what the deal is with that. I might have to transfer some of those. So we're definitely in Kalos now. I didn't mention. Got a bunch of extra Furfro. Got the trims. I chose Pharaoh trim for Unova Tour. Or, sorry, Kalos Tour. So I have got extras of those to trade to get the other versions. The other trims. Honedge, hopefully I have enough candy now to get some evolutions. I don't know. Sylveon is strong. Look at that. Powered that one up all the way. Best buddy. Halucha, there's a regional. Just got that at Kalos Tour from hatching one. Only got the one. Didn't get the shiny. I still have some eggs that haven't hatched yet from there, so I have a chance, but not counting on it. Klefki, same deal. That's a regional, France only, but I got it during Kalos Tour in another event. Different sizes of Gorgeist and Pumpkaboo. Got both Avalugs, some Xerneas, some Yveltal, Diancie Hoopa, lots of Hoopa, because they had the elite raids for Unbound. Volcanion from a quest. Now we're in Alola. Got all 3 Lycanrocs. One of them is rare. That orange one there. You have to have the right Rockruff to be able to evolve into that. Did finally get a Salazzle at some point. So many male Salandits before I got a female one that could evolve. Many, many, many. Rangaroos, Passimians. Let's see. Got the Tapus. Got Cosmogs, Cosmoan from quests. And we got the Solgalios, Lunalas from raids. One of them might be from a quest. Nihilego, Buzzwole, more Ultra Beast, Pheromosa, Xurkitree, so cool. I got one powered up big. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Celesteela is one I think that one I can't normally get, but I can do it from remote raids. It's just from other regions. Kartana, Guzzlord, Necrozma. And the other one that's like that, well, hold on. Necrozma did different fusions. Marshadow from Quest, Poipole from Quest, Dakataka, that's the one I also can't normally get. Gotta do remote raid. I only have one. I think I already put one in home, so I think I'm good there, but I should probably try to get more of those when they come back around. Meltans from the box. Melmetal, have one really powered up. Galar. So a lot of these are more recent, the last couple years, as they've released. Sinistea, I don't think I've gotten a authentic one yet. Just counterfeits, as far as I know. Some evolutions and things. Snom's kind of rare. Morpeko's kind of rare. Darulodon. Got 2, that's good for when the evolution comes out. Zacian, I've got the special form one there. Zacians. Zamazenta, same thing, special form. Eternatus, that was special. You only get one of those. There's Eternatus Day, that was pretty fun. Played with my partner and my good friend. That was nice. Zarude, I believe that's one of each. There's one that's a special form. Cubfu, I guess I should evolve one. Yeah, all of these things feel a bit rare. Enamorous, normal forms up there, and then the other form just got recently, like a month, within the last month. Paldea. Here we go. Here we go. Tandemaus, same thing as the Dunsparce, just getting a bunch of them to get the family of 3, which you can see right there. I got one. That was like my first one that I evolved. Crazy, but I want another one to put onto home. Alright. Don't have Ceruledge yet. Gotta do the adventure evolve for that. Watchful, I gotta evolve. Toad's cool, I've gotta evolve. I don't think I have enough candies for some of these guys. Tank, gotta evolve. Wiglet, gotta evolve. Varoom. Got the 3 Tatsugiri, so that's another one where one of them will spawn in your region, the other 2 won't, so you got to do remote raids. Was able to pull that off. That was kind of hard. The Dunsparce evolved some so far, but didn't get the 3 segment just yet. Gimme Ghouls. I always go for those when they have the shiny event going on where you can get shiny, because normally you can't get shiny Gimme Ghoul, but then they do events where it's available. Poltergeist didn't get the special ones yet, or I mean the authentic ones. And these 4 at the bottom are the ones that I have fused with Kyurem and Necrozma. So that is it for those. Now, I want to show... Let's see, what do I want to do here? Shadow. I feel like the Shadow and Purified aren't that interesting. Let's do Shiny without costumes. Or wait, what am I trying to do here? We'll do no costume, but shiny. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Almost 1,000. I'm coming up on 1,000. I've traded a few away. I've also received a few. Not a lot. Only a handful. I'll try to look out for anything especially interesting. A lot of them are... Okay, here we go. Zubat, Shadow. Very nice. A lot of them are from community days. Or events where it's boosted odds for shinies. Shadow Bellsprout. That one's nice. Victory Bell. Got one of those just at Kalos Tour with the Mega Victory Bell. Super Mega Raid. That was nice. Ghastly Community Day. That was my first Community Day. Best Buddy Gengar. Shadow Execute. I think that was my first shiny Shadow. Very cool. That was exciting. A lot of Chansey. They have good chances of being shiny. Shadow Scyther. That's pretty sweet. I guess Shiny Tauros is pretty cool because that's a regional, but it is my region, so not crazy for me. Got that Best Buddy Magikarp. Best Buddy Gyarados. Ditto. That's pretty sweet. Lots of Eevee. There's been numerous Eevee community days, so not too hard on that one. Got the birds. One of them Dynamax. That's good. One was from a trade. I think I also traded a shiny Moltres away for that, I think. Shiny Mew from the quest. Johto. Natu. I think I traded something else shiny. Don't remember what I traded away. I think it might have been Trapinch. Not sure. It'd be kind of cool if it showed you what Pokemon you traded away for a Pokemon. That would be slick. Hold on. Sudowoodo. They're all females? Dang. Okay. Because that's a gender variation. Shadow Murkrow. Awesome. I love Murkrow. E, I, and S for unknown. That's sweet. I just got the S, I think, from Kalos Tour. I think? Yeah. Some good stuff here. Smeargle, that's a hard one. It's only available during specific events. You can only do one a day, so that's a tough one to get. Shadow Larvitar, that's awesome. Some shinies of the legendaries, Lugia and Ho-Oh. Celebi, that's from the quest. Masterwork quest. Alright, we're in Hoenn now. I remember getting a lot of Zigzagoons community day. Illumise, that's cool. Volbeat, that's a good one, because that's a rare one for where I live. Shadow Cacnea, that's awesome. Altaria that I best buddied. It's a Viper, that's cool, because that's kind of rare. Solrock, Lunatone, same thing. Feebas, that's pretty awesome. Don't know if I have enough for male and female Milotic. Have to look at that later. One of the special forms of Castform, the Raindrop, that's pretty sweet. Duskull Community Day, I remember really liking that. Yeah, looking at all these, like the Community Day ones, it just brings back memories of doing those Community Days with my partner. Regirock, Registeel, Latias, Kyogre, I think is from a trade, because I didn't get my own. Rayquaza. I also had a shiny Rayquaza. I mirror traded for that one. Which is cool. I think maybe I should have kept my original, though. That's alright. Jirachi is from a quest. Masterwork quest. Got that not that long ago. That was the stupid Kecleon one. Where I was stuck for 2 years. Because no Kecleons were spawning at any stops that I ever saw. It's crazy. 2 of the Burmese. Combi, one of them's female. That's nice. Can at least get a Vespiquen out of that. Pachirisu, that's good. That's a regional. Bondslide traded for that. That's pretty crazy. I wonder what I traded away. I don't remember for that one. Let's see. Let's see. Yuxi, that's nice, because that's a regional I normally can't get. Very good. Giratina's awesome. Darkrai's awesome, because that's a mythical. You can't get shiny in most games. And I have a Shadow shiny one, which is crazy. That might be one of my best Pokemon. Shaymin's from a Masterwork quest. Pansage, that's one of the regionals. I couldn't get any Panseers, unfortunately, and not enough to get the Simisage. But you do what you can. 2 Adino, that's pretty good. Basculin, looks like 1 red stripe, 2 blue stripe. Don't know which one's the rare one for me, but that is pretty sweet. Some of these I have to evolve to fill out my decks more. But unless I get multiple of them, I usually don't evolve them just in case the next one I get has better stats. It's kind of the way I usually do it. I guess we're in Unova now. Okay. Keep going. Two Cobalions, Zekrom, Landorus, Kyurem, Meloetta from the Masterwork quest. More Pokemon. Flabébés, yellow ones are my region. Blue ones are a different region. Did not get red, and I only got one blue. Got kind of unlucky there. I was hoping for more from the Kalos tour, but I didn't get a lot of 5-kilometer eggs, so I'm hoping to trade with the yellows. Remote trades. I got 2 Pharaoh Furfros, which is nice. Either I can trade one or I can switch one to a different trim if I want to try to get more trims. Have to see what I can do with that. So some of these are recent captures from Kalos Tour. Absolutely. Not Tyrant, though. Those are from before. Goomy, same thing. I think I maybe got one. Bergmite, Suigan, Avalugg is cool. Noibats, that's from the Community Day. Lola. Let's see. Toxapex is cool. Beware's cool. Traded for that one. I think I mirror traded for that. I believe. Rangaru's good. I got a Passimian, which I think is rare for me until they start doing the Dynamax ones. Maybe it's not as rare now. Drampa, that's pretty crazy. Xurkitree, one of my favorites, current buddy. There's that Necrozma, it's a 4-star. Lucky traded. I traded one of my shinies. I think that might have been the Trapinch, actually. Do have a different shiny Necrozma. Stack Attacko, that's awesome, because that's normally not my region. That's actually really good. That's actually crazy. 2 Meltans. Normally you can't get shinies. And 1 Melmetal. So you have to do them during certain events, so a little bit lucky there. If I could get one more, or a few more, I'd like to be able to have it in Let's Go. So I'd like to get more of those. So I'll keep an eye out for those events. And Masamune, that's from a trade. I couldn't get lucky with the shiny Zacian on that day. There's that 4-star Saluna. Got that on Teddy Ursa Community Day. And that brings us to the end. I have one Gimme Ghoul. Just the one. Those are also like Meltan, where only certain events, maybe like twice a year, 30 minutes a day, you can walk around and catch them, and they have a boosted chance of being shiny, and that's the only, during those events can they be shiny, so there's that. Let's take a look at my costume Pokemon. So I do have a lot of duplicates, so apologies. See what we got. I don't have the clone Pokemon. Basically, I have most costume Pokemon since 2020 summer, since I started playing. There are a few I missed, I'm pretty sure, but I have most of them. And then anything before that, I don't have. So, it'd be good to trade. So, I'll try to trade people, but I don't really have a community that I trade with yet. Maybe someday I will. Or I just won't worry about it, because I'm not that fussed about the costumes. I tried for them pretty hard for a while, but sometimes they just make them annoying to get, so it can be a lot to keep track of, especially with all the Pikachu. Look at this. There's so many different ones, and Pikachu has gender variation, so I try to get one of each. And some of them can evolve into Raichu, so there's that. You can see I do have some shinies in here, though, which is pretty sweet. I get a lot of shiny Pikachu costumes. See? Yeah, it's cool, but there's always Pikachu for every event. It's like a rule they go by. There's a Pikachu. Normal one, I think. Oh, wait, I guess not. It's costume. The scuba one, that one's funny. So now we got the Raichu. Not as many of those. We got the Crown, Nido, Queen, and King. Those are recent. Psyduck from Concierge. That's cool. Shiny Slowpoke with the hat. That's pretty sweet. Gengar, I like these. I couldn't get, or I missed this one at the bottom left. So I traded a friend to get that one. Lucky trade. Best buddied it. I just wasn't playing during that event. It was kind of a crazy time for me, so. Oh, let's not do that. Okay. Shadow Snorlax with the cowboy hat. It's pretty cool. Shiny Dragonite with that fashionable attire. That's pretty good. I do like that Sudowoodo. That's fun. Shiny Espeon with an outfit. A lot of Wurmples. Lucky. Duskull. Shiny Absol with the sunglasses. That one's pretty sweet. Shiny Spheal with the holiday outfit. It's pretty good. Drifblim with the hat. That's pretty sweet. See, I try to get them, but I don't go super out of my way to get them. Because if they're like only in raids, I might not go out just for a raid, you know. But if I'm out and about, you know, I'll look out for them on my way home or whatever, but I'm not going too crazy for the outfits. But obviously I've gotten a lot of them. Beware, I might have traded for that one. That's a cool one with the cape. Shiny. Phalanx, the train conductor one, that one's cool, shiny. No shiny Gimmighoul for the 9th anniversary one. The last thing I want to show is the progress I have on quests. So, here we go. Get ready. Pressure Rising, that's the new one. Masterwork Research, Sparkle and Shine, that's the new one. Precious Paths, that's the seasonal one from last one. I have to finish that up. Masterwork Research, Ponytails, that's older one. Getting close to the next step. Alright, get ready. Here are the completed ones. I've done, I think, most of them since I started in 2020. I did not do all the community days. And I did not do every single quest. Not ones that you had to pay for if they weren't part of, like, an event that I was going to. But I've done a lot. A lot of them you can get for free, or you can get them with the events. I usually do December Community Day, because that's a good one for catching up for ones you missed throughout the year. I almost always do the Masterwork ones. Not for the Master Balls, but for the Shiny Mythicals. Yeah, I'll have to look for a complete list to make a checklist for these, because I'm curious which ones I've done and which ones I haven't done, and I just don't think there's a list out there. I mean, I think there is a list, but not a checklist. Not an easy way of knowing. I think Cerebee's got all of them listed, though. But, you know, if it's one I didn't do, it's not in my list, so I don't remember it. And I don't like timed quests. I think it's stupid. I think events can be fun, but I'm not a big fan of the time stuff. So anyways, that's it. That's I think that's everything I have to show in here. Obviously a lot of my Pokemon are special for different reasons, but because of the catch location, like I'm not going to show that. So that's Pokemon Go, and I believe that wraps it up for my Pokemon progress. I'm going to check Pokemon Bank just to see if there's anything of interest in there. Don't think there is. So you could probably consider this the conclusion. I might fire up Japanese Green and see if I have anything on there, because I might. But yeah, this is kind of my starting point for, I don't know, seeing how much I can do until next time I go through the games. But I'll probably just keep it one by one. Like when I beat a game, I'll show the progress and talk about it then. So I don't think I'll be doing all the games all in a row again. But I wanted to have that as a starting point. So that's what we did. And if you went through the whole series, thanks for watching and thanks for listening. That's a lot. I know it's a lot. My throat is so tired and getting sore today from all these videos I did, because I just knocked out a lot of them today and I did some yesterday. But that's it for now. And it's time to get back to playing.